So what I was thinking would be cute is if I was going to do 3, I was hoping to do 3 and then 2 and then 1, but so I wanted them kind of stacked up a little bit. But because I ordered the little bit bigger size, they don't quite fit. And I don't think 3 will fit across if I turned it. I don't think 3 will fit across here. But I thought they would be cute on one piece, kind of 3, 2, 1. So like kind of in a triangle, and then do the like all flakes welcome. I thought would be really cute too. So, but let's just talk about how to lay these out. I see there have been a lot of questions on the WallCutz page, and lots of people have been giving great feedback and ideas about how to do it. But I just want to make sure that, and we talk about this a lot on our lives, but the way these stencils work is when you very first take them out of the package from WallCutz, then you try not to scratch my paint underneath now that I laid all these on here. Let me get this. Okay, so the way these work is they're all numbered. Okay, so this is 1 of 14 and 2 of 14. So the 1 and 2 go together, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and so on up to 14. So as long as you keep them together, then it's clear about what goes where. So the idea behind this and the way that I'm going to do it, I'd be really curious to know, Donna and Allie, I know you guys have both already done this, if you guys did this the same way. But my thought was that I would do basically the 1, 3, I can only fit 5 on here, and there's actually 6. So it comes with 6 snowmen. And so if you keep like your 1 and 2 together and your 3 and 4, 5 and 6, so on, and you do the odd numbers first, they're basically, so you start with 1. So basically the ones on the odds, the 1, 3, 5, 7, those are your base. And then after you do all your base, then you overlay the other one on top. So like this is number 2. So once I finish 1 underneath, which is the hat and the brim of the hat and the scarf, then you lay down the number 2, and then that covers up what you've already painted, and then makes it, and it's a lot clearer once it's a little bit hard to see when you're trying to lay it out like this, but once you have painted this one, the number 1, and then you overlay the 2, it becomes very clear what needs to be painted, and it's easy to line up. So it looks a little bit difficult right here, but what'll happen is then you'll get the other pieces of the hat. So you'll get the trim of the hat, the face of the head of the snowman, and then the last piece, so I'm going to do that. So basically I'm going to do the 1, 3, 5, 7 like that. Then I'm going to come back and we'll do the 2, 4, 6, 8, so on. And then some of them have 1 additional piece. So like on this one, the number 2, it has the snowman's face. So at the very end, then we'll go in and then you'll just overlay the snowman face wherever you want it, the way that it works on here, no kind of right or wrong. So you can, slide it over a little bit, put it right in the middle, kind of whatever you want in terms of your look. And then that will be the last part of it. So I hope that helps. Oh, you taped each one down on one side so you could flip the top one up. Oh, nice. That is a good idea. Okay, perfect. Because I was thinking like, okay, I want to make sure that I keep my 2 and my 4 like in the right place so that I don't get them mixed up. So I know, do you see all these brushes I have out? Because I have about 10 colors that I plan to use today. So, so you did the one with a scarf because I needed to sit on bottom edge, and then did the face. Okay, perfect. So see, this is great. So anybody that's looking at this in replay, you can see that there's a few different ways to do this. There's no like right or wrong way, or same with like laying them all out. No real right or wrong way to do it. It's just what your preference is. But it is also understanding that some of them, even though there's only 2 stencils, there's actually 3 layers total with them. And so, and also some of them, the bottom one, so like, let me show you this one over here. So this one is number 5, and it has a snowflake as well. So, So that, oh, you know what? Yeah. Okay. So that has the snowflake as well. So that's fun too. They can just do the snowflake as part of that one, and then the next one will overlay over the top of it. So okay, it'll all become more clear as we go as well. So the way I decided to do this is I'm going to do the all flakes on the top, and then I'm going to just do welcome on the bottom. So I'm going to do this at the very end because I want to make sure. So I want to try to leave the same amount of space kind of on my left and my right side, but also make sure that I have enough room. Okay, so I'm just going to slide these under here for the ones that they go with, but also make sure that I have enough room for the welcome on the bottom. So let me just put those there. Okay, so this will work at the very end without covering up my what I've already painted. So, okay, so that'll be good. So these I will do at the very end. Those will be the last piece. And then let me lay these out. So I'm going to tell you, here's the other thing that I do that I think is super helpful for me. Oh, let me see. Donna, the first time was keeping them. Oh yeah. And then figured out taping. Okay, that's really smart and great advice. Okay, I love that. The other thing that I do, I'm going to be honest, I print out what is on the WallCutz site because it's hard to, on a live, especially when people are watching, it's hard to remember always, okay, what color is going to go where and how am I going to lay this out? And honestly, I just lay this, even if I'm not going to use the same colors exactly, I just lay it to the side so that I have it to look at, so that as I'm going, I can glance and be like, oh yeah, that's actually the nose, so it needs to be orange or what have you. So especially because I think when we're live, sometimes it's a little bit nerve-wracking to be like, okay, I want to make sure that I'm doing this right the first time, and we want to have a finished product when we're done that not only looks good to you guys, but that we can walk away and be happy with how it turned out. So it's a whole bunch of things, right, that go into it. So, okay, I'm just going to kind of eyeball this, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tape all of these down, and then let me put this guy here, and then this guy will go here. So this is my number 4. Okay. And then I want to make sure just one more time. So my welcome is going to fit right there, and my all flakes is going to fit up here. Okay, perfect. And it's not going to be perfectly centered, but that's okay. I wanted it a little bit off to the side, mostly because this is a funny stencil, right? And all flakes are welcome. It's just a funny saying. So I didn't want it to be, you know, I was just trying to figure out how to lay it all out. So, oh, Donna, I know. And you guys, I am going to be totally honest with you today. I have not been the greatest about ordering my stencils from WallCutz early enough, and then I'm kind of scrambling to, oh, wait a second, you know what, I'm not going to put this right on the bottom because I have a little gap at the top. And I've been ordering like at the last second, and at the same time that I asked Bruce and Anita if they would do those wood rounds for me, then I was like, oh yeah, and I have a stencil order, could you just send it all to me at once? That'd be great. And I've been getting my stencils like the day of my life. Like literally the mail lady came today and dropped these off. Luckily I had my board already, like I knew what I wanted to do, but I was just waiting for it to actually arrive. And so I don't know what it is. I don't know. I think my kids are older now and not at home. My daughter still lives at home, but she works and just kind of does her own thing. And so I feel like I was way more organized. I feel like I was way more organized in my life when I had kids at home, that I was running around everywhere. And now I still work full time, but I work from home, and in the evenings I have time. So I'm like, why am I so unorganized now that my kids are like grown and don't need me day to day? Maybe it's because I just have a little too much time on my hands, and so I don't know what it is, but I'm like, but yeah, I was kind of I was crossing my fingers that the mail lady would come in time today. So luckily I have a million stencils, so I would have had a backup plan just in case. But all that being said, it was like, oh my goodness, what is happening? So yeah, I'm like, I know, get it together. Exactly. I'm saying the same thing to myself, like, what is happening right now? Well, I have zero excuses for this. Okay. So now I'm just gonna throw some color on this plate. So I'm gonna just get a bunch of different colors on here. And I wonder if I was better organized because I had so many things on my schedule and now I just don't have as many. So maybe I don't have to be as organized. I don't know. I don't have a good excuse for you guys, if I'm being honest. It's just, wow. Last second is not the way. And I'm a project manager. Like, that is my job, is to be organized and on time and have all my stuff together. So you would think, for what I do for a living, that I'd be a little bit better in my personal life as well. It's kind of sad, but I don't know. It is what it is. I'm still adjusting to life without kids in the house that need my help all the time. So it's definitely has its pluses and minuses, right? So many, I look forward to free time. Our friends that are, I know I am Donna. Sorry. I still have a lot of friends who have kids that are quite a bit younger than my kids, and so they're still in school. So they're always like, you're so lucky. You just can go out to dinner or do whatever you want. And it's so funny. I'm like, I mean, I guess that sounds great for the first, I don't know, couple months, but then what? So funny. Okay, so let's just get started. Let me get my paper towels here. Donna, do you do craft fairs at all? Or what do you do? How do you sell? Do you sell on Facebook, or how do you kind of sell? Because your stuff is amazing. Your stuff is amazing. Like, if you guys haven't seen these rounds yet that Donna just did, they're gorgeous. So go look at her post. They look so good. I love it. Okay, let's do some actual painting here. All right, so I'm going to actually start, I'm going to just do some gray, because because this is a black background, I'm going to do this hat right here just in a hurricane gray. Oh, you just sell from your own page. Oh, and word of mouth. That's awesome. That's great. Well, I'll tell you guys, last time I did my live, you guys know how proud I was of my little scarves and hats, but I sold all of those, like, pretty much that day, and I got orders for a few more, and I got a couple people asking if they could just host a paint party at their own house for those. So those were a hit, and those are like a craft that are real easy to put together for like a paint party. It's pretty inexpensive to do, and since there's so many of those snowman faces, it's easy for people to kind of share and do a few of them. So yeah, so that's fun. I like that. Okay, so there's one coat of our gray hats. All right, so let's move on to this scarf, and let's do green, a green color for this scarf. Let's see how this guy looks. See, so maybe I'll stop talking because I'm, like Donna said, I'm just digging myself in a deeper hole here the more I say. So I should just quit while I'm ahead, maybe. But I'm hoping, I think this stencil will be a big hit as well. And I love, Allie, I love the ones that you did that are with the base and then they're sitting on top of it. I love that. So I did want to, I was thinking that those would be really cute, and those would be fun to sell. So I'll probably do some of those as well. I actually painted a black round as well. And these again are a tiny bit big for it, but I was thinking that I would just do maybe like 3 and then do the all flakes welcome, like kind of at an angle around the outside of the round. So I might do that as well because I thought that might be cute. Okay, so next, let's see. We have a couple noses. So let's get our orange noses done next. So everything, just like I always say, I always do at least 2 coats, sometimes more, just depends, especially with a black background. I feel like sometimes depending on what colors you're using, will determine how many coats. So sometimes even when I'm done, I'll have to go back. When I do 2 coats on a life, occasionally I'll go back and do more. So the other thing is I wanted to get these all taped on here together because I think that it makes it a little bit easier when you're looking at all the different pieces to figure out, like these, I could do a couple things the same color, but I'm hoping to do kind of a bunch of different colors. So let's see. So let's move on to this guy, and this one I'm going to do blue, and I am going to do this whole thing blue because this is his scarf. It's the top of his, it's the little, I forget what this is called, on the top of his hat, and then the little rim of his hat. So I'm going to do this all the same color. And this is the other thing that if you're having trouble sort of when you're laying these out, figuring out what to do color-wise, then the other thing you can do is this helps to look at the picture because you can kind of see, at least gives you some ideas about how the colors are laid out on the WallCutz page. And then like I said, even if you're using different colors, it kind of shows you which ones they did that are the same color and whatnot. So, so that helps. Haven't decided either if I'm going to paint this frame or not. I thought I would just leave it like the raw wood look while I do this, and then I'll make a decision about about whether I'm gonna paint it or not. We'll see how it looks when it's all done. This is the hard part is, so I taped this part and then painted this black. But the hard part is, if I want to paint the frame, then I got to tape the edges here to be able to paint the inside of the frame. And so it's just, I mean, this one's at least big, so taping it is not that difficult, but just another thing. But I thought the raw wood, I might like the raw wood anyways. So we'll see once it's all done. I also, this is one of those that I know I'm really going to like it. And so I think to myself, maybe nobody will want this and then I can keep it for myself without having to do another one. Okay, so let's see. Let's do this one. This is a scarf. And then this is trim of a hat. So let's do, I wanted to do a purple and pink one. So let's see, I'm going to do this one, purple and pink. I'm going to just do this one with, oh, I want some red. I didn't get red on here. Let's get some red. And then let's do that one red. I'm trying to get better about not putting so much paint on my plate too, because that's the other thing I have a tendency to do. And then I have a ton of paint left over. So, okay. Oh, you're not able, are you able to share the, oh, you know what, Donna, you're probably right. Yeah, just doing gray. Do you always do, like, would you do the whole entire thing, all the stenciling gray, and then do another color over the top? Yeah, I do like the raw wood. I hope it looks good when it's all done, because I think I'll leave it if I like how it looks. I don't, you know, I don't want to say I'm a lazy stenciler, because I don't think that's the case, but I typically don't do a color like that. I guess I end up just doing a third coat, but that does make sense. And I've seen that mentioned lots of times on the WallCutz page. So let's see, I don't want this to be red. What should I do with this one? Let's do, what color do I want to do with the red? Okay, let's just move on. I'll think about that for a second. And let's do, let's see, what do I want to do that one? Why do I feel like I don't have enough paint colors out here when I thought I did? Okay, I'm going to do one of the guys just all orange. Even his hat and his, I'm going to do this guy. His hat and his scarf and his nose, he's just going to be orange because I wanted to have lots of different colors on here. I thought I had plenty of colors, but I'm feeling like I didn't quite get enough colors out. So I might just need to grab a couple more things here real quick. I'm going to do those. I'm going to do the pink and purple there. So what do you guys think? What should I do? This is like the brim of the stocking cap that's going to go over it. So what color should I do that trim? Because I'm going to do the hat will be this red. What should I do with that brim for a color that goes with the red? I don't want to do the whole thing red. So what do you guys think? Oh, you did, Donna. You did do the hooks. I did white, then my colors. Oh, interesting. You do too, Allie. Oh, gosh. See, like I said, oh, Christmas green. Okay. Oh, good idea. I do have that handy right here. Thank you, Carol. That's great. I think it's just one of those things that I never learned to do when I was very first stenciling. And so I don't think about it. And so I'm going to have to try it on that. So the round that I said I painted black, I'm going to try it on that and just see if it makes a difference with being able to do fewer coats. I like that idea because of course we all want to do a little bit fewer coats if we can. Okay, so here's my other green. I'm having trouble reading your guys' things because it's like right in the bottom of my screen. Let me see. That had red and, oh, and shaded with black. Oh, that's a good idea. Well, because you know what the problem I'm having right now, Carol? See, again, I'm just having issues today. My green lid is stuck on. So hang on. I'm just going to walk around here and see if I can grab the green. Today just isn't going to be my day, is it? Let's see if I got another green. Oh, here we go. Okay, I got one. Let me get a little spoon here and get a little bit of green on the plates. Okay, here we go. There we go. Good thing I have a million jars of paint and I can go on the fly if I need to. Okay, so let's do this guy. I also feel like I don't have, I don't actually think I have enough brushes out here right now. I think I need a few more. We'll see. Okay. See, I was so concerned about my stencils coming that I might not have gotten enough colors. Luckily, we're in my paint room, so I can just grab some more if I need to. Okay, so there's that. Okay, and then now let's do our pink and purple. So I'm going to do these little earmuffs right here, pink. The fun thing about this, and you guys that have already done this know, I'm thinking that the second set, like once you get the other, once you overlay the other stencil on here, after we do a second coat, that because so many of those are the face of the snowman, it's a ton of white, right? And not as many colors like the first layer is. But this is one with the little saying on it, and then all these different faces. I think will be popular. This is a fun one for people, and this is a fun one for people to give as a gift. I think because it's super cute. Okay, so let's do. I'm gonna get a bigger brush for this one for the purple because that's a bigger space. Okay, that's good, Donna. Good to know. So the first part, probably this part right here that I'm doing, is taking longer than what it will take to do the second part. I'm realizing I need to invest in some more brushes too. I've used them for parties and for so many things that I need to get some new ones. Okay, so we have our, we need white here. So let's put a little white. I may do white on in a bowl or something because we're probably gonna need quite a bit. Come on, white. Okay. Of course, I have a million jars of white too. Okay, so let's do our snowflake over here. Oh my gosh, I just dipped the purple. Oh my gosh, see? You guys are witnessing firsthand what happens here. Okay, let's take that off. What did I just do with the bigger brush I had that didn't have anything on it? Well, moving on. Boy, you guys are just seeing me at my finest today, aren't you? But this is the real life stuff that happens, let's face it, when we're stenciling, right? Real life is, oh shoot, I just dipped my brush in my coffee or something like that, and then a million other things. Okay, going back to the beginning here. I know I will. It's so true. The washing brushes. I'll tell you guys, when I do a paint party, it's the one thing that I struggle with the most is when I get home that I need to wash the brushes and the stencils that night. Like they can't wait, or it's so much work. And so I'm always like talking myself into like, should I get a cup of coffee or a glass of wine for this event, depending on what time it is, just to have a little something with to help with that. Because yes, washing brushes, man, I've had some paint parties where I came back and probably had like 100 brushes to wash, and it's so much. So yeah, it's definitely a lot. Oh yeah, after a class it is. And I'm so like, real life is using a dirty brush. Oh, absolutely. Just the same as like the if you didn't wash a stencil right away, right? I have stencils still to this day that for some reason didn't get washed after either a class or something I worked on, and for whatever reason, I'm pretty good about brushes, but not as good with stencils. But I have learned, like I've said before, that if you just reuse a stencil again and then clean it, all the stuff from below comes off. So honestly, I think you're fine if you don't wash it every single time, because sometimes you just don't. I have plenty of stencils that are hanging up right now that have a bunch of color all over them. So it's definitely happens, but it's just the nature of crafting, right? For sure. My husband came in here today when I was getting set up. He's like, honey, what are we gonna do with this room? I'm like, we need to do something, but the problem is I'm at a point right now where I look around this room and I don't even know where to begin. There's just, so I think my son's room is across the hall and he is away. So, and my husband's mom was here for a few days, so she stayed in his room. So his room is actually like clean and organized. And so I was like, I actually just need to move like most of the stuff out of here and like into his room so that I have like a blank slate to kind of work with, because right now there's just no rhyme or reason. And I'm telling you, this room, I haven't been crafting very much because I feel so overwhelmed by what's in this room. Oh, so Donna, what do you use when that happens? Because I'm not gonna lie, I have some brushes. I know, isn't this blue pretty? I have some brushes that are that have not been washed. And I don't mean like the next day. I mean like, I don't even know how long it's been. And I need a solution to put probably like 5 or 6 brushes in, so that I can try to get them clean. I obviously don't want to throw them away. I wonder, like, could I just put them in paint thinner? I've just never had that happen before. I've never been terrible, but for whatever reason, lately I have not been good about washing brushes. Oh, just with Dawn? Oh, really, Sherry? Okay, that's awesome. Oh, and brush cleaner from Amazon. Oh, okay. Both of those ideas are great. I'll look. Because, yeah, I need to do something. That's another thing in this craft room, is that I have some brushes that, honestly, I did the Ziploc trick, where I put them in Ziplocs, but then forgot about them. Oh, fabric softener and then wash with Dawn. Okay, great. That is another great idea. Okay, so let's do our orange guy up here. Those are all good ideas. That's awesome. It's another thing I'm going to have to get to. My husband and I have no plans this weekend. And so I'm hoping to, at the very least, get started on this craft room. I also have a hutch that I've been painting that I need to finish. And I just haven't taken the time to just sit down and actually finish it. It's sad to say that the older I get, goodness, trying to like get up inside a hutch and paint the inside of it, my gosh, it's just become so much harder. I have like a little wheelie chair like this, but it's still like trying to get up on the inside. Wow, I can't do it the way I used to. I gotta be a little more selective, I think, about what I choose to paint furniture wise these days, because it's getting to just be too much for sure. Okay. Oh, Sherry, you're sweet. Shout would get it out. Okay, let's see. We did all these purple and pink. Oh, I got to do the orange noses too. Let's do those next. Let's get those guys done. You know what's funny is I was looking back at actually when Allie and I first started doing lives. And Allie, I think it's been, gosh, I bet you it's been maybe 2 years. Pretty close to 2 years. Does that sound right? I can't imagine in a way that it's been that long, but I think that might be how long we've been going live. So you definitely get lots of practice the more you do it, because I can tell you, I still can remember the very first time I did it, and I was a wreck. And now I love doing it. The only thing that's a bummer for me about it, and I think Allie feels the same way, like we'd love to see you guys commenting and interacting with us, but sometimes it would be fun to like actually hear you. Like hear you talking to us instead of just having to look at the typing. It's like they need a little bit more of an interactive Facebook Live where it's more like a Zoom meeting or a conference call, so that everybody can talk and be heard, which would be kind of fun. Yeah, 2021. So yes, Allie, it would be, oh, don't forget the noses. Oh, okay, yes, I got the noses. Thank you. Okay, there's pink. Is there anything else you guys are missing? I know I got to do this purple right here that I just dipped in my white. Let's get that done. Did I get everything? Oh, I got to do the snowflake. That's what else I got to do. Okay. Okay. All right. There's that. Okay, now let's get our white snowflake here. And get this guy here. Okay, I'm going to use this big brush because this is what we're going to need for the rest of it. Okay, so that is step one. So I can see this is, this one's a lot. Oh, wow, Donna, you've been watching live since before me and Allie. That's awesome. That's actually amazing. But yeah, because so if we've been doing lives for 2 years, so it's more than that. That's great. And I'm so thankful that I found them. They are amazing company. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to do these one at a time. So let's take this guy up first. Again, I don't want to, I'm trying to not scratch my black paint underneath. Okay, so see, it looks all funny when you do that at first. Okay, so there's that one. And then this is the guy that overlays. So you can just look and see where the scarf, and then here's the trim. You guys might not be able to see it on the live, but I can see where it needs to line up. And then right here is where the nose is. And so, you know, this is the snowman face, and then this is going to be the top of the hat. So if you really just watch, then you can make sure you line it up so that you don't get your lines in the wrong place. But they pretty much overlay like right exactly where the other stencil was. So, okay, let's get this guy up here. And then I'm going to put my, let's see, I'll get another piece of tape. Let's put this tape here. Okay, I think where people might have been getting a little bit mixed up is, what I think is a little bit confusing maybe is, here's an example. So you overlay this, the only one on this one is the snowman face. So you can see there's just a little tiny gap between the face and the hat and the scarf. But like the snowflake is a little bit on the beanie part of the hat. But once we do this, when we come back and we do the face, then we'll just find some other place to put the snowflake. So the snowflakes don't necessarily matter that they go exactly where they are on the stencil. They're more just on the stencil so you could put snowflakes throughout when you're done. So I think though that might be throwing some people off. There were people commenting about the excuse me, where is what do I do with my roll of tape here? I hope it's not just sitting right in front of me. That would be funny if it was, right? Because that would just be par for the course today. Okay, so let me get this. So that overlays like that. I actually want to get these taped down and see if I can kind of lift it up for you guys to see maybe a little bit better what it looks like. Because it's much clearer once you get your first set of stencils done. It's much clearer. Okay, these I can set aside now. Here's my middle one with the blue. So this guy, let's see how he goes. Okay, and the idea, right, is that you're painting the places that are not already painted. So you want, like on this one, this brim of the hat comes right up under in this little space of the pom-pom. And then there's a little tiny gap here and a little tiny gap here. So again, this could be confusing because the face is up here, but yeah, it's just like a third step that we'll do after we finish this part. So yeah, like I was saying, most of this looks like it'll be, let's do this one because this has the tape on top here. Will be mostly the faces, the snowman faces. So, okay. And here's this guy. And if you guys didn't see at the beginning when we were first talking about this, Donna actually has an awesome idea about doing this so that you overlay the two on top of each other and then tape them, and then you can just flip the bottom one, and then you'll have or flip your top one, do your bottom one, and then flip it over the top. So that probably helps a lot with lining up as well. Okay, and then this one same. So we have the earmuffs, and then the part of the little headband part of the earmuffs. Okay, and then let's grab this guy here. All right, and then let's put this down. So I've got some paint on it. Okay, then let's lay this guy down. And this one, so like I was saying, it has the other pieces of the hat that go on here. Let's tape that guy. Use this one. Okay, there's that. And then let me just put one more tiny piece of tape. And then I'm going to pick this up and just see if you guys can see a little bit better. Oh, I think you guys can see okay what it looks like, right? Oh, I want to see what you guys, oh, I took the snowflake, oh, and put it above two of their noses. Okay, okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Oh, so you did them so that there's no gap. Okay, okay, yeah, so see, you can see like where all the spaces are. So once you get the first ones done, as long as you keep track of what number stencil you're working with, you'll be fine for the next piece. Okay, so I'm going to do all the white first. So let's get all these faces done. So, oh, you know what? Okay. Since I have you guys here, sorry, I'm going to run out of time, but that's okay. I'm going to just keep going. If you guys can't stay, that's okay. I'm going to finish these up. I am going to do, let's do this just for fun. Since I have gray, let's do gray on a couple of these. Would you guys use a lighter gray than this, though? If you're doing gray underneath the, underneath the white, would you use a lighter gray than this, or is this okay? I guess too late now. I'm going to find out. But I'm just curious in terms of doing gray underneath this, because I think the white needs a little bit of a base, right, of something, so that, whoops, and I'm sticking my arm in the paint. So let's do a couple of these with gray, and this will just be an experiment. All right, we'll just see. Let's do these two with gray. We'll let those dry, and then we'll do white, and then I'll do white on these three just over the black, and let's see what it looks like. A bit lighter gray. Okay, so I'll have to keep that in mind. I'll just get a lighter gray for future, but I can see if I did this one again on a black background with all this white in the faces, that it definitely needs a base, because I bet this white, it's going to take a lot of coats to finish up. So, okay, but let me at least get this. I don't think this will take too long. Let me at least get this finished up, because I hate to end a live and not have you guys be able to see the final product. But let's just see what happens here. Let's get this will go pretty fast, I think. I'm just chatting away at you guys, and I'm probably not painting as fast as I normally do. I usually am pretty good about being able to get done in an hour. But this is a lot, actually. I wasn't really thinking. I was thinking about them being small stencil pieces, so I wasn't really thinking about how long it would take to do all the layering. So 2 pieces plus the faces still need to be done. So, okay, well, we'll see the difference here in a few minutes about just doing white versus, and this is when you just kind of have to be a little bit careful that you don't get the earmuff headband part with your white. Be easy to do that. So, okay. Yes, all the paints I'm using are Dixie Belle colors. Yeah. I'm at the point now where, I've always probably had lots of colors open, but now that I've done so many paint parties, I pretty much have them all in these containers. So I think I have pretty darn close to every color. Okay, I'm going to take a second and switch. Let's see, I have a brush that isn't used here. I'm going to switch to a different brush and then I'll do these in a second. I want to make sure that they're fully dry. Okay, so this guy I did with green. So I am going to do, oh, actually, so this is a good one that I'm looking at the picture, because this is just part of the brim of the hat, but then this overlays the top of this. This layers over the top. So I know that because I'm looking at the picture and it's showing me that. So I'm really happy that whoops, wrong green. Okay. That I looked at that real quick. So another reason to have the picture pulled up. I printed it out, but that's just because my phone, I'm using my phone for the live and my iPad over here. So, you could just pull it up on your phone and that'll help you see the finished product. Okay, so that's green. Let's see, we need pink around the top up here. We need our pink for our earmuffs so they match. Okay, And let's see, I'm going to do this other blue. Oh, I need another brush, it looks like. Let me see what I got here. Got a couple more brushes over here. Okay, so this guy, yeah, I'm going to use this other blue color here to offset the blue. It's on the other piece. Okay. All right. Oh, this is going to be so cute. I actually love the stencils when you can use lots of colors. And with the snowman, obviously you always can. Okay, this I need red. Let's go ahead and do our red over here. The other thing though that's nice about these, I feel like if you do it on a black background, is if you do mess something up and you, like if I would have painted this right here and then I took it off and realized like, oh, that's not supposed to go there. When you do a black background, I find you can just, I'll do just like a little light sand over the place that I messed up, and then just paint another layer of black over it, and then you can do your gray again. So it's kind of a pain, but it doesn't ruin your whole picture your whole project if you do that. So, okay, back to white. So let me do the white over the gray. I hope my gray's dry enough here. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say this one's a lot of time, isn't it? But good to know, right? If you're sitting down to do a project, good to know how much time you need. And I would imagine, I don't know if doing these on like separate blocks made it even more time consuming, or if you can kind of just lay them all out and do them like kind of like what I'm doing, except for you just have them laid out on the different blocks. Okay, let's do our faces over the gray. All right, so the one thing I can see though too, like another thing that I maybe won't be able to finish, but we'll see. I'll get the All Flakes Are Welcome done after I finish the snowman heads, is because anytime you're layering like this, right? So I had the black, and then we're going to do the white, and then we're going to put the face over it. Sometimes it's that kind of like third layer that if it's not completely dry, it's definitely sometimes it just picks up the paint underneath instead of stenciling over it. Okay, well, Donna, I'm glad that you did that, because I was about to paint that. So it's not stupid. It's just the way, sometimes you gotta really pay attention. This is a lot of pieces to try to be looking at. So it looks like it belongs right there to me. And so it wasn't until I looked at the picture, that I was like, oh, wait a second. See, I think you're right. I think these look better already, don't they? Well, you ladies, you might have got me to do something different from now on, and something to make it easier, so I'm super happy. Oh yeah, to get them ordered, yes. I'm going to say SNK Crafts because that's what's popping up. I don't know what your name is, sorry, but thanks for being here. I know these are so cute, and there's a lot of different sizes that you can order for these two, so that makes it fun. Okay, so there's our second coat on those. So let's just see how these, this is also like a, this board, this is like kind of textured a little bit. So I can also see there's like a little bit of texture in the snowman's faces, which I think will be fine. It's just an interesting kind of background. Okay, there's that. Oh, we need some more white here. We had trouble with the star. Where's the star? This is the star on this one? Am I totally missing it? Okay. Let's get, here we go. Sometimes it's hard to paint over the top of your second layer because you think like, oh my gosh, I'm going to bump something and I'm going to paint over the top of something. Oh, I'm not using that snowman. Okay. Oh, it's the other snowman. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Let's look at it really quick. It's this one then, huh? Oh, this star. That's right. Sorry. So there's 6 snowmen, not 5. So, okay, this is the one with the star. Okay. Got it. Okay, so let's do these guys. A second coat. And then hopefully we'll be good with this. These are ones though that when you layer them and they don't really look like the final product until you're done with the second or third layer. And so they turn out so, when you pull the stencils off, you're like, oh my gosh, it's so cute, because it's hard to tell what it's gonna look like until you. Okay, ladies, I'm gonna hand it to you. I can already tell that these 2 that I did gray with the second coat look great, right? In comparison, second coat with gray, second coat with white. I'll definitely have to put a third coat on those. So thank you. Now I'm going to do something different in the future. I just have to remember, I don't know why, like I said, I think I just have such habits of doing things a certain way that I forget sometimes. So, okay, let's just, actually, I have my heat gun. And so, okay, sorry you guys, it is, well, it's 5:30 my time, so I should be wrapping up. If you want to stay, please do. If you can't, I totally get it. But we're getting close. Let's just get these, one more coat on these, the actual snowman. And then I can do the words and get their faces on. At least it's just a little bit more white and then some black and orange for the faces. So the faces should not take very long. Okay. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the gray helps. Gosh, it's, of course, what I just say, I've been doing this 2 years and I'm still doing it the same way. The heads first and then laid the other down and did the colors. Okay, perfect. And Julie, yes, so they're all numbered. They're all numbered 1 through 14. So 1 and 2 go together, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and so on. So that's how they're all numbered, how they layer over each other. Okay, I'm gonna do one more coat of white. Sorry, I just feel like, especially on these ones that I didn't use gray, I feel like they just need one more little bit. And I think it's also the texture, like I was saying, of the canvas underneath, because to me, I kind of see like lines, a little bit of brush marks, I guess, but okay. So funny, my dog hears me talking and she's like pawing at the door of my craft room, which is funny. She never does that normally, so I'm kind of cracking up. Like, she's like, it's 5:30, you're done. Okay, so there's that. All right, so let's do these, just one more quick little coat over here, and then, okay. Once I pull these up, then I'll do the All Flakes Are Welcome real quick so that we can let this white dry a little bit more before we do the actual faces. So, okay, so again, and Julie, since you asked this is important to remember for this, is that we also at this point need to remember what stencil goes where, because we got to put the right face with the right snowman. So that's the other thing, is that, so like this one, and I'm going to just lift them up and I'm going to put them just right next to where they go, just so we make sure that we keep track of what goes where. Okay, this goes, and then this has the snowflake on it. I'm not too concerned if I don't get to the snowflakes. I'll just put some snowflakes around once I'm done with the whole thing. I'll put some snowflakes around, but I want you guys to be able to see at least as close as possible to the finished. Okay, so see, that already looks better as far as the, okay, and I'm gonna off center my all flakes a little bit just because I think it would look cute like that and not be exactly in the middle. And then let's get our welcome lined up so that it's not over the top of any of the snowmen. Okay, let's get this guy down. I do see I have a little, like a few little white flakes too that I'll just need to, I'll just blow off with the heat gun. Okay, let me make sure this guy's straight. Okay. Oh my gosh, these guys are so cute. Okay, all right, so let's do our white. Okay. Oh boy, and here I go again already. I needed to just do gray under this, didn't I? My goodness. Am I gonna learn a lesson today? At some point? Yes, I am. So, this is not gonna speed things up, is it? Let me get my gray. I forgot in 2 seconds. Okay, let's do this. Okay. There's that. This one would probably be cute with like a blue background too. Probably look nice. I feel like there's so many things you could do with this. But it's just like all those snowman faces, like you can use these all individually too, even without the little sign on it. Okay, let's do that. Let that dry. Let's get our welcome. Okay. Like I always say, the W's and the M's, I think, are the hardest to stencil without, when you want a clean line right in here. That W and the M can be difficult. Sometimes the Y. Just trying to be careful not to go up under those when they're pointed like that. Oh my gosh, it is dumping rain here. Like I can hear it coming down. So crazy. We had a beautiful weekend and then now back to the rain. Oh yeah, just like I said, here's the M. So you just got to be real careful on these spots right here. Okay. All right. There's that. I guess sometimes it's nice to know that these do take longer than an hour, right? Because, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just do a coat of gray on that all, and then I'll just do white over it because I really think it obviously makes a big difference. And we want the letters to look. I don't care about the snowman's faces as much. You know, snowman's faces have texture, so I'm not worried about that. But we want our letters to look nice and clean. Here. Okay. So there's that. So, you know what I could do in the meantime is, while we're letting those dry, let's go ahead and get a couple faces on. So let's do this guy. Let's see. Let me look at, oh yeah, so this one goes kind of this way, right under his scarf here. Okay, and then here we need our orange. Let me find my orange brush for his nose. Oh, my orange is gone. Okay, let's get some more orange. This is a lot of colors. Okay, so let's get his little carrot nose. Okay, and then I'm gonna need to do, let me keep this here, and then I'm gonna need black. Okay, let me get my black out of here. This is where I'm going to, oh my gosh, I just had this open. Hopefully I can get it. Okay. This one, I'm just gonna paint right out of the lid here. Uh-oh, I hope I come back. Okay, I see that I'm back. Sorry, somebody was calling me. So, Amanda's calling me. Can you call her back? That's my husband telling him our daughter's calling. Call her back. Okay. Are you guys still there? Sorry, that glitched for a second, didn't it? Yeah, it did, Sherry. It glitched for a minute. I could see on my iPad that it was blank for a second. Okay. Whoops. Whoa. Okay. Let me go back to white. Okay, I'm going to do this. This towel needs to be folded here. Okay. Dropping brushes. Boy, you guys are really catching me on a rare day. Okay, let's do our all flakes here. I hope you guys are laughing as much as I am today about this live, because goodness, I feel, hope you guys can just say, hey, we all have this happen, right? We all have days where things are not perfect, even when we're crafting. I feel like this is kind of a big brush too. I would normally use a little bit smaller brush for letters, I think. Let's see. But it's getting the job done, so that's good. And the other trick Donna always says is if you put these brushes in a Ziploc while you're not using them, they also don't dry out. And I always remember to do it with my big paint brushes. Like when I paint my background black, I always end up doing that, but yeah, my gosh, well, I'm glad to know it's been a hoot, Donna, because sometimes what can you do but laugh, right? I'm just dropping brushes on the floor, just goodness. But hey, if we end up with a beautiful finished project at the end of the day, that's all we could hope for, right? And trust me, I do have those days where I'm like, okay, I'm not opening any paint. Too many things have gone wrong. Could only lead to disaster. And I probably, and you guys probably do this too, like I would just take more time in general. I could really probably walk away, come back, make sure my coats underneath are dry. Okay, so there's that. Let's do another coat on our little snowman face up here so we get this to look good. And this cute little face here. All right, there's that, and then let's get his orange nose. I probably only need the orange and the black really now, but that's okay. Oh no. On the carpet floor. Well, I don't know if I think I might have told you guys on my last live. Oh, actually, okay, so it wasn't, I did a live for a craft store where I sell my paint. I did it on their page and they had never done it before. And it was one of the wood kits that I did for them. And I was gonna glue it. So I got this glue, which this is awesome, by the way, for these little wood kits. But I got this glue and I couldn't get the lid open. And since I was live, I was like, oh gosh, what am I gonna do? So I poured it into a paper plate and then I glued my thing and I set my paper plate on the floor. Okay, at the end of my live, I had a hole in the plate and it was all in the carpet in my craft room. I was like, oh my goodness, that is just terrible. So yeah, so needless to say, my paint room, oof, it's got a lot of things going on here. Okay, let's get this guy, I'm trying to get this guy picked up without, okay, oh, look at that, so cute. Okay, so there's that one, and then I bet we can do this face here without, without moving the, because this one is just going to be black. So let's just hold this down here. Let me get my black. So this, I think, yeah, you definitely need a smaller brush for it, since it's just these little tiny eyes here in the mouth. I'm telling you though, these little, the actual faces, like the eyes and the mouth and the noses, that's what make these things so cute. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold that there for just a second and then we'll throw another coat on it. Oh, this guy's gonna be so cute. So this is one I almost don't even want to post on my page, even though I will because I'd love to. I know, look at this little tiny, actually look at both of these. The orange one you can see more, but this is like the tiniest little bristle brush ever. Yeah, I know, today I was like, oh good, I can use those little tiny stencil brushes that I never use just on these little mouths here. But they do come in handy for these little tiny guys. Okay, oh, look at his cute face. Okay. All right, so the question of the day is gonna be, am I gonna wash all these stencils and brushes when I'm done? Okay, so the answer is yes, I'm going to. Okay, let's do one more coat of white. Oh, I need a little more white again. I usually never need more paint. Okay. Okay, you guys, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're close. Let me just do one more coat on the letters, a couple more faces, and we will have a finished product here. Okay, thank you guys for sticking with me. I appreciate it. And this will be like a little lesson learned for me too on some of these that take a while, right? You gotta make sure you plan enough time to do them. So, okay, let's finish our last little bit of letters here. Okay, and definitely the gray has made all the difference because look at how bright the white is. I don't think it ever would be that bright even with 3 coats. So I think it not only helps with just not having to do as many coats, but it's even looks brighter than it would have with just the white. So I'm super happy about that. And that was easy, right? You just put the gray down and then you get the better end result. So that was quick. I gotta remember that for future. I gotta just get in the habit once I do it a few times. So you guys have permission when I'm live to come on and say, don't forget the gray for your white, so you can remind me if I forget to do it. Okay. All right. Well, and I am going to do these, the little wood kits on my next live for the tiered tray. Well, I mean, that's what I'm using mine for, is to do a tiered tray. So, yeah, so in 2 weeks when I come back, that's what I'm gonna do on my live. I'm gonna do a couple of the wood kits, but I'm also gonna do some just stencils from the Christmas stencil bundle, just on rounds and squares that are blank. So, okay, we have that. Next, let's do our another face here. Okay, so let's get this guy going. Okay, here's my black. Black and orange. So yeah, I got to use these little itty bitty brushes, which normally just sit in the jar and don't get used. Okay, and then let's get our orange. Did this take you guys longer than an hour when you did your, did all your blocks? Okay, there's that guy. Now, I think actually I'm going to go ahead and take this off, and then I can get this face up here. Oops. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Okay, there's that. And then let's put this face on here, which this one is just a little smiley face. So this one will be quick and easy here. Okay. All right. And I'll post a picture of all the paint colors that I'm using too, so that you guys can see what all the colors were. So like I said, I used Dixie Belle, but you did 4 in the bottom block. Yeah, gosh, these are, oh yeah, don't forget the buckle and the hat. Thank you. Okay, let's get one more coat on this guy. Okay, and his, at least this part, the second layer, you're kind of going with orange, white, and black. Makes it a little bit easier. Okay, and then this little cute face, cute smile. I like this one that has the nose up above, like it's cracking up and looking up. Okay, there's that. So let's pull this guy up. Oh, he's so cute. And then this guy. Then we just have one more. Yes, we have the face and the buckle. Okay, there's that guy. We're getting close. Here's the, let's get our welcome off here. Come on. Right. There we go. See, gray underneath. Looks amazing. All right, so let's do this buckle first, I think. Right here. Okay, and let's do this guy. I'm gonna do with, oh, I kind of wanted to use yellow on here. So let's get a smidge of yellow. Of course, I don't have a brush, but that's okay. I'm gonna just, we're gonna find one we can use here. Come on, one more brush, that's all I need. Let's see, I'm gonna just, let's see if I can make this work. Yeah, here I go, Donna. I'm using a dirty brush. It was pink. I'm using yellow. I'm just gonna dab it and hope that it's dry enough that just the yellow is coming off and not the pink. Okay, that worked. Okay, see, all those fills you gotta improvise. Okay, there's our yellow. Now let's just do our face right here, and then we will be done. I'm gonna get rid of that tape. Let's put this guy's face. Let's see. Let's put him up just a little bit. Okay, now here we go. We got our black. Okay. So this is a little bit challenging just because you got to like hold it down and let it dry and then do your next coat, but there's not really an easier way. Let's get our carrot. You got to be careful with the carrot because it does have the cute little pieces on it that you want to show that show the definition of the carrot. So I want to be careful with that one. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Those of you that can. We're almost there. Okay, want to be careful not get orange on our mouth. Okay. Okay. So there's that. Oh, and look at that. So cute. Okay, let me turn it around here so you guys can see what it looks like. Oh yeah, Carol, I'm telling you. And think of all the things you can do. Like, this is just one idea. If you look at what Donna did and what Allie did, they're so cute. Okay, so let me turn it around here so you guys can see what it looks like all done. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, I have one snowflake. So I'll put some snowflakes around, and then I'll post a picture of it so you guys can see. And like I said, I will post a picture of all the colors I use too, just so you know what I use from a color perspective. So you guys, thank you so much. Thank you for laughing with me and sticking this out. I really appreciate it. And I will see you again in 2 weeks, and we'll do the cute little tiered tray pieces. So hopefully you can join then, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks again. Bye.